Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jimmy James. We are back with Rugby League. We've got Michael Buffer on the pitch currently at the Brick Community Stadium. Wigan hosting Leigh Leopards in the 2025 BetFred Super League opener. Wigan winning all 4 trophies that they entered last year. A fantastic year. They'll be hoping to... they will be hoping to copy what they did last season. We're going to have, I've just got to wait for it coming up, over on this side down here, we'll have the match animations so you can keep up to date exactly with where the ball is on the pitch. Obviously, we can't show live for obvious reasons. No doubt somebody will come on and ask us, why are you not showing it live? Well, because I haven't got the 50 million quid for the contract that Sky would ask for. But we'll do our best with commentary. It'll be a bit rusty, actually. We've been doing the football and the horse racing, but no rugby league. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell. It is Thursday the 13th, 2025. Like I said, the opening game of the 2025 Super League season. Excuse me. And what an opening that is with Michael Buffer introducing both teams onto the pitch. Fantastic crowd, by the way. As you would expect. Liam Moore's the referee. Jack Smith's the video referee. Not a bad referee, Liam Moore. Doesn't sort of hog the limelight. Hog the limelight. Get your words out, Jimmy. Hog the limelight. Unlike certain referees that you can think of. Taylor. Did I say that? I didn't mean to. But it's going to be Wigan kicking from right to left. It's going to be Leigh getting us underway. We'll go through the teams quickly. Leigh have gone with Armstrong, New, Hanley, Charnley, O'Brien, Lamb, Trout, Mulhern, Holton, Liu, Dwyer, Brand and O'Neill. Wigan go with Field, Kieran, Wardle, Marshall, French, Smith, Thompson and Sember, Farrell, Ellis, Byrne, Leeming and Eckersley. On the bench, Wigan have got Mago, Tyler Dupree, Harvey Hill, Walters and Forber. On the bench for Leigh, we've got Ipape, Hughes, Penn, Tuitabaka, I should say. If I pronounce his name, so apologies. And Davis, that's the substitutes for Leigh. I don't know what we're waiting for now. Kickoff should have been 8 o'clock. Let's see if we've got any animations up. Hopefully we've got some in-running. Oh, the delay is they're still waiting on people going into the seats. What a fantastic crowd. That is, it's not people going, it's ex-players. I'm sure I just saw Billy Boston there. They're going in to take the seats, which is why the game's been ever so slightly delayed. We're underway. Bevan French lays that ball off to Thompson. He steams up into a wall of blue. This is what I've missed. Gets up to around the 20. Liam Byrne carries it over, tackled to about 25 metres out. Pretty central. One out ball there to Nsember. He's over the 30. He's met by 1, 2, 3, 4 Leigh players who managed to bring him down on the 30. Leeman in at dummy half. Just one out rugby here for Wigan. They're trying to get everybody to get a feel of that ball. 4 tackles gone. They're just over their own 40 now. Thompson once again drives it just over the 40. He's driven back. 5th tackle. Harry Smith's going to be kicking from his own 40, just inside. It's not going to go near It's not going to go near the touchline, though. No chance of a 40-20 there. That was a little bit high. No, got away with it. Got away with that one, Wigan. So Leigh is starting the first set of 6. Pretty central, and they're up to the 20 on the second tackle. I was hoping that we were going to have some match animations. So let's see if they are up. It does make things a little bit better. Maybe we have. Maybe we have. Let's see how this goes. It should work out well. Just got to get rid of the promo pick, which I'll do now. That can disappear. And just like just over their own 40 with Zach Eckersley. 2 minutes. It's been fast and frenetic, as you would expect. Everybody's keen to get a touch of the ball, get a good tackle in. Liam Marshall driving it forward up to Leigh's 40. Pretty central there. Liam in at dummy half, spreads it right there, misses out Leon Byrne. Wigan throwing it about a little bit now. Farrell spins into the tackle, can't make any distance after contact though. 4 tackles gone. Byrne drives it central, just outside the D on Wigan's football pitch. Smith with a little chip kick into the corner, taken by Leigh, but then driven over their own touchline. It'll be a goal line dropout. Marshall did well there, waiting. Yep, waiting for Brand. Delayed the tackle until his feet touched the floor, and then Marshall drove Brand over the touchline. Goal line dropout. Wigan trying to put the pressure on early here. Don't forget, let us know if you're supporting either of these teams, what your expectations are for the season. If your team hasn't played yet, that's not going to go 10 from the goal line dropout. Cheeky one there from Leigh. It's backfired though, and it's Bevan French. He's running past the penalty spot just outside the 10. He's still going left. He's still going left. Straightens it up. Gets stopped about 6 metres from Leigh's try line. Wigan spreading it right now. Leon Byrne, he straightened it up, met by 3 Leigh defenders. Lehman, he's in at dummy half. He's going to go left or right. He's going to go right to Thompson. Thompson drives it in there. He's looking to offload that, but too much pressure in the tackle. He's going to be keeping hold of that, which he does. I think Lehman's going to go left this time. He does with Smith. They miss out on Sember. Bevan French in the line there. Jake Wardle trying to drive over. He's over the line. He's dropped the ball. They'll go to, they might go to the video referee, but that was great defence from Leigh. And I'm saying Wardle dropped the ball. I think it might have been doing him a disservice there because he was under a lot of pressure going over the line. We've just seen a replay of it now. He was going to go into touch. The ball kind of went around his back and he loses possession. That'll be a Leigh scrum. Good defence early on from Leigh. Good attacking options there from Wigan. So I think both teams will be happy with this first 4 minutes. Almost 5 minutes on the clock. That has flown by. Plenty of confidence from Leigh with that goal line dropout. Just chipping it to the left-hand side. Cool. Blimey. Kieran, Farrell, Thompson, French, all in to meet the Leigh forward there from the scrum. 2 tackles gone, just over their own 20. Pretty central. Not looking to do anything too fancy at the minute, Leigh. Just trying to get some yardage away from their own goal line. They're over their own 30. Probably about 35 yards out. Do you know what? I'd do better as well if I put my glasses on. Let's clean them at half-time. Filthy. 5th tackle here for Leigh. Just inside their own half. A high kick comes in. Taken by Jai Field, 18 yards out. I can tell you that because of the line off the football. Drives it back. Doesn't make too much ground before he's met with a wall of blue. With Niu, number 3 for Leigh. He's put some good tackles in already. And he's made some good yardage as well when he's had the ball from that initial scrum that Leigh had. Very similar in stature, looking-wise, to Patrick Mago, maybe slightly smaller. But Liam Marshall driving that ball up to the 40. Now it's been taken by, I can't see who that is it Cruz Lehman? It was indeed. So Smith comes in at dummy half. One out past to Leon Byrne. He drives it over Leigh's 40. Wigan going right down the middle. Fifth tackle though coming up. So it's going to be Smith off Leigh's 40. Puts it into Leigh's right-hand corner. Well taken, young man. That was Brand once again. Wrapped up though by Wardle and Sember. And Cade Ellis did well to keep hold of the ball though. Didn't get drove over his own line. Leigh can start again from their own 10-yard line. Wigan pushing offside there. Get away with that one though. Leigh struggling to get any meaningful distance away from their own try line at the minute. They're just on the forward tackle and they're about 23 metres out. That looked like a forward pass, which they get away with. They've now gone over their own 30 and Sember in the tackle there with Harry Smith. Fifth tackle coming up, so they're going to be kicking for another 6 now. Wigan messing about. Didn't need to there, but they kicked the ball away, so I don't know why they kicked it. They could have had another 6 there. But early days, everybody's still settling in. Jaifield picked that ball up. He's over Wigan's 30. Inside to Liam Marshall, met by 3 Leigh defenders. Makes no distance after contact. Just having a look who that is on the floor. Zach Eckersley, leaning in at dummy half. Spreads it right to Farrell. Just over the halfway line there. He was met by Lamb. Wigan spreading it down this left-hand side. Straightened up by Nsemba. Just short of Leigh's 40. Fifth tackle coming up now for Wigan. They go left to Smith. From Leigh's 40, he puts it high into the air. Brand's going to take that just inside his own 10. Comfortable take, not really under any pressure. Drives it back. He's met by Wardle. He's met by Lehman. They're driving him towards the sideline. He gets to the ground just before going into touch. Leigh will start again on their own 10. Trying to come inside, give themselves a little bit of room there. Don't want to be going anywhere near that touch line. Crowd are not happy there with that play of the ball. Referee sees nothing wrong with it though. New makes some yardage there. Farrell manages to bring him down. Leigh spreading it wide to the left-hand side. Chanley's going to come in. Well, he was going to come in at dummy half. Then gets moved out of the way by Lamb. Farrell in the tackle there with Cade Ellis and Cruz Lehman. Just over their own 40, Leigh, on this fifth tackle. They'll be under pressure there with the kick. It's a decent kick though. Field's going to take it on his own 30. He's spreading it. Well, he was going to spread himself to the left and then he slipped, so he just keeps hold of the ball. Wigan will be starting on their own 30. Harry Smith in at dummy half. Short pass there to Marshall. Marshall straightens it up. Makes about 4 yards there. Once again, Harry Smith's coming in at dummy half. Short pass to Wardle. Wardle straightens it up, trying to get to the 40. Can't get anywhere near it though, only makes about a yard. Pinched a little bit after the tackle there, actually, Wardle, but referee lets him get away with it. And Sember flattens a Leigh defender there. Takes 3 more to bring him down, and he's up to the halfway line. 4 tackles gone. Wigan breaking down the left with Jay Field. He got ankle tapped there and fell into a Leigh defender. It looked like it could have been a nasty one, that, but he's up, he's okay. High kick. What a great take that was from Josh Charnley, about 12 yards out from his own goal line. He let like a salmon and pulled it out of the air, taking all the pressure off there for Leigh. Now they can try and drive it forward. Newig. Is it Tatinio? I can't say his name. New, I'll go with. He's the only Leigh player who's really making any distance, and that's through his power. Leigh trying to throw it wide right. Brand gets nailed there, though, by Nsemba. Leeman, Smith. They think about trying to drive him towards the sideline, but too far infield, so they just dump him to the floor. Be careful there. I thought they were going to... Thompson was in the tackle there with Cade Ellis and Leeman. I thought they were just going to tip him and dump him for a second. They let go at the last minute. Fifth tackle, kick comes in. Eckersley takes it about 25 yards out. He runs it forward. So Wigan will be starting this next set of 6 from just inside their own 40. Kieran, he drives it towards the halfway line. He'll be just short. 2 tackles gone. Pretty central. And for some reason, I'm getting told there is an error. What's the issue there? What is the issue? Apologies, I've just got to... Everything's all right with this stream. It's not saying it's healthy at the minute. Yeah, it's back. It's just connecting. There we are. We're back. I'm not sure what the issue was. Right, hopefully everything's all right with that. I've no way of checking. If everything's all right, if you can let me know with the volume, just let us know in chat, please. Leigh are in possession. A nice offload there on their own 30. Brand picks it up. He's driving towards Leigh's own 40. He's tackled by Cruz Leeman. 5th tackle. A little chip kick through there. Marshall's fielded it on his own 20. Gets up to the 30. And Wigan will be starting again. Smith in at dummy half. Spreads it right to Eckersley. He's just short of Wigan's 40. Frankie James, all good. Thank you, Frankie. Liam Farrell, he's driving it up to the halfway line. He's just short. Once again, pretty central. Neither team trying to go around the edges at the moment. Although Wigan are spreading it wide left now. A chance here with Field using his pace. He's heading towards the sidelines there. Cuts back inside. He wasn't held on the first tackle, so he was able to get up and have another attempt. 4 tackles gone. Wigan spreading it across the field to the right-hand side now. A short pass there to Kieran. Can't get the offload. There's no one in support there. He was tackled around the legs and was looking for support. Nobody from Wigan could keep up with him. Bevan French in at dummy half. 5th tackle. Leeman. He puts a little grubber kick through there. Looking for Thompson. Is it a kind bounce? It's... Ooh. He did manage to ground the ball, but it's just, for me, it's just rolled over the dead ball line. I think it was Dwyer as well who was trying to get there and put him under pressure. Yeah, 20-metre restart. I just saw the replay there and it wasn't as close. It was like a yard, probably a yard over, half a yard by the time he grounded it. Looks very different at full speed. And then you see it as a replay and it's like, why are you getting excited, Jimmy? Because it's Wigan! Leigh up to the halfway line. 2 tackles gone. Spreading it to the right-hand side. Thought about an offload there, but in with the tackle was Leeming and Harry Smith. It's just getting a little bit static for Leigh at the moment in contact. They're getting driven back. 4th tackle, they've put a little chip into the corner, which Field keeps it in play. He's going to be starting from his own 10. Down this left-hand side, Smith in at dummy half. 1 out pass there to Marshall. He makes about 2 yards. Nice and safe at the back for Wigan. Now it's going to be Eckersley. He makes no yards there. Probably lost a yard, actually, but it's there's a little bit more about getting toward the centre of the field as opposed to making any yards there. Now it's Leeman who's driven it up. Wigan have just passed their own 20. Thompson, he drives it over the 30, makes about 2 yards after contact as well. Fifth tackle, we're going to be kicking from probably about their own 30. Smith puts a long kick in once again down the right-hand side for Leigh, but not under any pressure. Number 18 was Brand, and he gets up to their own 30-yard line. Plays just a little bit disjointed at the minute. Leigh are waiting to get back into line. Wigan didn't have a real defensive line set, so it's just everybody trying to catch their breath at the moment because we've not had any real stops in play. We've been going nearly 17 minutes. Leigh almost up to the halfway line, centre field. It's driven over towards Wigan's 40. Farrell in the tackle there with Ellis and Thompson. 4 tackles gone. Dwyer for Leigh. They're trying to spread it down this right-hand side now. They're trying to come down the right-hand side now. Not tackled on the floor. A chance here for Leigh, and it's been intercepted. Oh, what a good chance. It just needed more height on the pass, and Leigh would have been in at the corner there for the first try of the match. As it was, Wardle was able to pluck that ball out of the air. And Wigan will be starting their set of 6 from, well, second tackle gone. They're on their own 20. Eckersley drives it up towards the 30. Leigh have been caught offside. I think both sets of players will be getting some air into the lungs because this first 17 and a half minutes has been fast and frenetic with very few breaks in play. That last set that Leigh had was the first time Wigan just looked a little bit disjointed in defence. There was a couple of sets of plays where play got broken up and they weren't able to set a defensive line. And we're just watching a replay of it again. In theory, it's a poor pass because it allowed Wardle to intercept it. And there was enough time there for the Leigh player, I couldn't tell you which one it was, to get the height needed and float it over Wardle there. I know it's easy sat in an armchair saying, but the professional players will be disappointed with that. But a warning shot there for Wigan, fired by Leigh. They were obviously confident. Like I said earlier on, they were quite happy from that goal line dropout to just try and chip it to 10 metres out and try and win it back themselves. Wigan, 4 tackles gone, pretty central. Liam Byrne up to Leigh's 20. Now it's with Smith. Missed pass there to Bevan French. Missed pass there to Wardle. He's heading towards the sideline. He has to hit the deck, otherwise he's going over the sideline. And out to play. Marshall's in at dummy half. 5th tackle to Smith. He puts a high kick. It's going to land about 2 yards out. Pretty central. I don't know if it was a knock-on by Wigan. Irrelevant, because Charnley picked it up. Charnley is no small guy, and Wigan have driven him over his own goal line there. However, the referee's got his arm up for a free kick, so I'm not sure whether he's saying it's an initial knock-on. Was it a knock-on by... Well, I don't know what he's given the... He's saying it's a handover. Either way, it's a handover. Leigh in possession. I don't think they've given that for. Could have only been a knock-on in the initial challenge for the ball. 3 tackles gone. Leigh trying to come down the left-hand side now. Wigan with Eckersley trying to drag the Leigh player into touch. He does well there. Manages to hit the floor. 4 tackles gone. Dwyer, little offload there. Driving towards the halfway line. Dead on halfway. 5th tackle. Where's Lamb going to go with this one? Puts a little grubber kick in. It hits Bevan French in the face, I think. Then Bevan French picks it up. Then he gets a little bit of a facial there off Lamb. He was only messing about with him though. And we play on. That looked a bit of a high tackle on Eckersley. Referee says, no, that's okay. Marshall trying to drive towards the halfway line. Just short. In at dummy half is Cruz Lehman. 1 out rugby there, 2. That Tyler Dupree. I missed that one. Tyler Dupree's come on. I'm assuming that's for Liam Byrne. That'll be an interchange that we'll see plenty of this season. Hopefully, Dupree can sort his disciplinary issues out. Leeming in at dummy half. 5th tackle coming up. Wigan are going to run it. Dupree with a risky offload there. It finally comes to Smith on Leigh's 30. Puts a chip into that corner. Brand picks it up, not under pressure. Runs across the field. Now he tries breaking the line. Gets tackled by French. He's up to his own 20 though. Good starting position for Leigh. The shorter numbers on that left-hand side though. New up to the 30. Kieran in the tackle there with Tyler Dupree. Charnley, plenty of strapping on his leg already. He started the match like that, so I'm only assuming that's an injury he's picked up in pre-season. Leigh starting to throw it about now and look quite happy. Wigan's line's just getting a little bit disjointed. Whether they're feeling this frantic pace, we'll find out. And Sember half missed a tackle there. Leigh up to Wigan's 40. 5th tackle coming up, so it's going to be a kick coming in from Lamb. He's in the centre circle. He puts it to Wigan's right. Eckersley juggles it, but comes down with the ball in his hand. And he's tackled just inside his own 20. French in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Kieran. Kieran loses ground there. 3 Leigh players dump him to the floor. Leeming in at dummy half. Marshall drives it forward. Breaks the tackle. Gets over the 30 before he's brought down. Leigh trying to slow the play of the ball down there. Get away with that one. Wardle on the left-hand side. He's not got Marshall outside of him. Wardle's going to get driven into touch here. Oh no, he got the ball inside. Picked up by Jai Field. Is the referee's assistant? Is he? Yep, he was quite happy with that. It was close. Dupree gets Wigan over the halfway line. You just watch a replay of that. He did keep it in play. He did well. Smith puts a high up and under from the halfway line. It's going to land and it's going to bounce. It's a kind bounce for Leigh. Picked up without any issue and returned to Wigan for Farrell to make the tackle. Leigh will be starting on their own 25-yard line. Charnley over the 30. Dumped to the floor by Cade Ellis, Tyler Dupree and Thompson. Oh, I won't want to be running into them 3. Leigh are up to their own 40. Centre field, spreading it right. Running into Nsembe. Over the halfway line, just by inches. Just by inches. 4 tackles gone. Now they try to come down the right-hand side. Thought they might have been done for crossing there. No, he carried on his run, but he didn't run behind him, so they'll get away with it. They're on Wigan's 40. 5th tackle. They're going to put a high kick in. Field's going to take it unchallenged, about 12 yards out. Now he's about 10 yards out. He ran backwards there, trying to find some room to return that high kick. Couldn't get any though. Marshall's in at dummy half. Takes the ball himself. And he's 18 yards out. That's where it comes in handy, having the football pitch markings. Leaning in at dummy half. One out pass to Thompson. Thompson drives it in. He's met by... Who's number 12? He must have come on as a substitute. He has, Hughes. Wigan kick possession away. Leigh, they're going to be starting. It's Brand who picked that ball up, and he's starting this time from a good field position up to the 40. 2 tackles gone. New, he's almost up to halfway. It's been a real arm wrestle so far. Leigh, 3 tackles gone. Just short of Wigan's 40. Centre field, Lamb, little layoff there to number 12. Good drive there. Up to the 30, dragging Farrell, Ellis and Leeming. That's no mean feat. Once again, Leigh trying to break the line there. Just couldn't get the offload away, or else that would have been the first score of the game, it looked like for me. As it was, Jai Field manages to pick that ball up. Wigan will be starting from their own 30. Eckersley running central. Makes no ground there. Marshall, he's trying to get up to the 40. Just gets there. Wardle in at dummy half. Short pass there to Tyler Dupree. No yards after contact. Good tackle there from Leigh. Wigan spreading it down the right-hand side. Farrell just over the halfway line. Then makes a couple of yards as well after contact. So the 5th tackle, probably going to Harry Smith. He'll be kicking from the halfway line. This time he tries to go down Leigh's left-hand side. Puts it into touch about 12 yards out. The ball has hardly been out of play this whole first half, and we've been going, 26, almost 27 minutes now. Smith's already got claret coming down the left side of his face. He started the match with that on, though, so I'm assuming it's an injury he picked up in pre-season, and they've just patched it up for this game. Charnley, just short of the 18-yard area. They're just starting in contact, Leigh. They're just starting to make 2, 3, 4 yards. That wasn't happening in the first 15, 20 minutes of this game. Just going over their own 40. Once again, heading towards the halfway line. Dupree, Lehman, Farrell in the tackle. This time they're trying to come down the right-hand side. Leigh. Then it's straightened up. Just short of Wigan's 40. 5th tackle, Lamb. Puts a bit of a hurried kick, really. It's going to bounce. Bounces kindly for field. Takes it about 15 yards out. He gets over the 20. Then he gets absolutely flattened. Absolutely mullered there by Ipape. And he manages to get up because he couldn't keep hands on while he was on the floor. But then he lost. He probably wishes he'd have stayed down because he lost about 10 yards there, did Jaifield. He didn't half miss. He didn't miss, I should say, there, Ipape. Oh, there's a... No. Wigan is saying there was a knock on there. It hit Bevan French in the face. The referee's not having it. Leigh have picked the ball up. And the first tackle is going to be from 18 yards out. No, it's pretty central. They're just inside the penalty area. Now they're 10 yards out. Good opportunity this. 4 tackles to go here for Leigh. Coming down this right-hand side. Wardle anticipated that tackle. Tried stealing the ball as well. Couldn't do so. Dumps Brand to the floor. Harvey Hill's come on as well for Wigan. 4 tackles gone. Right on the penalty spot. No Lamb. He's spreading it left. He's straightened it up. Now Holton. He's come back towards the right. Tackled by Tyler Dupree. 5th tackle. 10 yards out. They're coming down this right-hand side. A floated ball over the top. Oh, that was not a good pass at all. Really stitched up his teammate there with that pass. Marshall didn't miss. He's got claret coming out of his mouth. It was a floated ball over the top, and Marshall got right underneath the ball and right into the Leeds player's ribs. Can't see which player it was. He won't thank his teammate for putting in that position. Just starting to get a little bit tetchy this game. And Sember, he's driving it forward. Makes no yardage. He's driven back 5 yards in Sember there. You don't see that often. But this Leigh team, they are fired up. They're trying to keep Wigan penned in here. Tyler Dupree, he's trying his luck. Makes no yardage. Wigan have made about 12 yards so far. 4 tackles gone. That tells you the effort. They've made 11 metres in 4 tackles. They're going to put a kick in on the 4th here from Bevan French. It's going to land on the 40 in Leigh's half. Brand picks it up. He's back over the halfway line. Makes about 3 yards after the contact as well. So a good starting position once again for Leigh. Charnley, he's driving it up. Met by Hill, Thompson, Farrell. But he makes it to the 40. Oh, blimey. What a first half this has been. Has that been a knock on? No, it must have gone backwards. Definitely lost possession, but the referee's quite happy with that. So in the fifth tackle, Leigh are up to Wigan's 20. Pretty central. Lamb's gone left now. Is he going to put a chip in? No, he's going to pass it. They're going to run it out. That'll be the handover on the fifth. Kieran will pick the ball up. Who's going to be in at dummy half? It's going to be Bevan French in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Eckersley. He straightens it up. Makes no real yardage there though. Cruz Lehman in at dummy half. One out ball to Marshall. Marshall gets to about 18 yards out. Wigan fans are baying for a penalty there. Messing about with the play of the ball. Referee's not interested. Now that ball's come loose. Must be saying it's gone backwards. Lucky there, Wigan. Lehman picks it up, and now Wigan are up to about 45 yards out. Hill. Now they're trying to spread it left. Can't go anywhere there, though. Forrest Smith does well to evade the tackle. Passes it left to Field. Field was a bit stationary there, though. Gets a nice ball to Wardle, though. Tries breaking the line. Semi-breaks the line. And he's up to Leigh's 30. 4 tackles gone. Referee says play on. Now, Bevan French, he's jinking this way, he's jinking that way. He cuts it inside to Lehman. Hill, Wigan, really, they're going to get over here surely with Dupree. No! He's stopped about a yard short of the line down this left-hand side. 5th tackle, little grubber kick from Lehman. Picked up by Brand. He takes possession and he manages to keep in field as well. Wigan trying to get him over into his own goal line. Couldn't do it though. This was this first half gone with 33.5 minutes in. It's been fantastic. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully that's all right. Somebody can let me know in chat if sound's back on. That'd be fantastic. Hopefully it didn't go too soon in that first half. Is it okay now? What about now? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Fingers crossed it's all good. Right, we're good to go. Yeah, we're all golden as they say. So, it's whenever there's an OBS update, it always cocks up the sound. And when nobody wants to speak in chat, they can never let me know. Thanks for doing that anyway, Frankie James. So, at half-time, Wigan 0, Leigh 0. You'd be thinking it was a pretty dull half if you're just looking at the scoreline. Au contraire, could not be farther from the truth. Both teams will be feeling this at half-time. A lot of effort, and like I said, that ball has hardly been out of play in the first half. There's been, I think, free kicks wise and penalties. What was the 2? I'm going to say there was 2 penalties in that first half. Very little time for either team to get some air into the lungs, and they've gone hell for leather from the start. Wigan, last year winning all 4 trophies that they entered. Players in over the summer, or I should say over the winter. George Hurst from Oldham. Players out. Chan, he's gone to Salford. Mike Cooper has retired. And Ryan Hampshire, a little bit unlucky really, but he's been released. And that's it for Wigan. It's been pretty quiet over the winter. Obviously, they're going to have Brad O'Neill coming back as well, aren't they? He missed a massive portion of the season last year with his, I think it was his knee injury, wasn't it? I saw that game and it wasn't good. But maybe he's not quite ready. Maybe he's not quite ready. I'll just double check. I don't think I saw him on the substitutes bench. No. Mago, Dupree, Hill, Walters, Forber. In fairness, why O'Neill was out last season for Wigan, Forber got his opportunity and he didn't disappoint, did he? He did a proper good job there for Wigan. Really took the pressure off Cruz Leeming, who had a couple of injuries himself, didn't he? But as the season went on, it took that pressure off. It meant that they could spell him, bring Forber on. Forber would do a good job. In respect of Leigh, they've been busy over this close season. Players in, they've took Armstrong from Newcastle Knights, Isaac Liu, Gold Coast Titans, Niu, who we've seen plenty in this first half. What a unit he is. The collision between him, think of Patrick Mago, he's just slightly smaller. The collision between him and Tyler Dupree, cool. They hit each other. I'm surprised they didn't just vaporise each other and disappear. But he came from the Dolphins, like I said. They've also got Alec, the name I can never say, Tuitavaka. He came from St George. And Hodgson, he has come from, I don't know. Players out. Hardacre, Zach Hardacre, he's left and he's gone to Hull FC. Kai O'Donnell, he's gone to North Queensland. Tom Amon, he's gone to Canterbury Bulldogs. John Asiata, he's gone to Hull FC. Oliver Holmes to Hull FC. Blimey, it's going to be confusing at the start of the season when Hull FC are playing. Go off the players' names, you're going to be thinking it's Leigh in disguise. Ricky Luatelli, he's been released, and Matty Moylan, he has also been released by Leigh. So they've been doing plenty of business, Leigh, in this close season. They've finished 5th in both the last 2 seasons, Leigh. So they've had good finishing positions. However, last year they had a bit of a dull spell, didn't they? And that was difficult for Leigh. Towards the end of the season, they were under pressure to start winning games again just to make the playoffs. This season, they'll be looking to get off to a good start. And they're pressing on from that 5th. Looks like I've been nibbling my notes, doesn't it? I'm not. It's just where I ripped it off. They'll be looking to finish higher than 5th. Like I said, they've finished in that position in the last 2 seasons. Where do Wigan go from here? Where do Wigan go? You can't do any more than be league winners, grand final winners, cup winners, World Cup, World Championship, the World... What do they call it now? World Club Challenge, that's it. The World Club Challenge. You can't go, the only way is down from here for Wigan, isn't it? So it's just going to be a case of, I'll be absolutely flabbergasted and mesmerised if Wigan can do that feat again of winning all 4 competitions. I just cannot see it. Definitely as well, this season, it's going to be a closer season between all teams. I'm pretty sure of that. I mean, St Helens, they're not going to have as bad a season as they had last year. Where did they finish? Was it 6th? I think I saw a stat that said St Helens finishing 6th was their lowest league position finish since Super League's inception, which was in 1820. It wasn't, but you know what I mean. It's been in existence a long time. So St Helens last year was a blip. All right, they had some injuries and what have you. But at the end of a season, you finish where you finish. And they're going to have to up the game this year for sure. I don't think the fans at Knowsley Road are going to be happy putting up with another season like they had last season, and Wellens is going to be under a little bit of pressure. But they'll be hoping to get out on the green, and that's the only way you can put things right, isn't it? You can do all you want in training, you can do all you want in the transfer market, you can have your fitness staff, getting everybody in tip-top position. But until you go over that sideline and you hit that grass, that's the only place where you put last season's demons to bed. You're starting on a blank canvas. That's what St Helens will be hoping to do. And other good news as well. Kudos to Sky TV. I don't often say that, but kudos to Sky TV. All this season's Super League games will be televised on Sky. So if you are a massive Super League fan, is it worth investing in Sky TV so you can watch the matches? Depends on your own circumstances, doesn't it? But the other thing is, there are going to be, if you have a funded account with, I'm going to say, Bet365, I'm assuming BetFred as well, there's a certain number of these games that are going to be streamed on the betting channels, on the betting websites. So maybe it's worth not getting Sky. The only thing is you can't guarantee that your game's going to be one that's streamed. But if you're into your rugby league, regardless of who's playing, then it could be worth stick a tenner in the account, put a quid on the match. You can stream it. There's no commentary. However, why not stream it and watch us here at Catch It Live first? So you've got commentary and a streaming. You know, you've got a visual as well. The amount of people last season who said to me, it does say live watch along, but they come into live chat and say, oh, why are you not streaming the match? And it's like, because I always say I haven't got the 50 million quid that Sky would want. So all you've got is my dulcet tones. I'm Jimmy James, by the way. You're watching Catch It Live first. Please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell and give us a thumbs up. We'll be doing as many rugby league games as we can this season. We've also got every Wisła Kraków game from over in Poland. If you don't know who I am, I'm a massive Wisła Kraków fan. Wisła's #1 UK fan. Self-proclaimed, of course. But we did get over to Poland watching Wisła just before Christmas, a 1-1 draw with Legnica. If you've never been, if you ever go over to Kraków for your holidays, I go and see my dentist as well, but we're always over in Poland. If you've never been and watched Wisła, it costs about 10 quid for seats. If you want VIP seats, by the way, you can book them online, and it's about 50 quid. That's for VIP seats. But if you want to sit smack on the halfway line, great seats, it costs about 10 UK pounds. You've got to book before you go, take your passport as well to get into the ground. But if you're stuck, feel free to send me a message at catchitlivefirst@gmail.com. I can talk you through it. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. You just book it online before you go. You can have a pint at the stadium. You can smoke in the stadium if that's your thing. Right underneath the seats, there's plenty of bars there. Plenty of hot tea and coffee as well. When we were there, I think it was -5 or something like that. You still got to have a pint, don't you, if you go to the football? But it's a fantastic atmosphere. The Ultras do not stop singing from start to finish. But we will be doing Wisła's next game, which is on Saturday in the UK, 5 o'clock kickoff. Join us for that one, live. Just curious as well, why Wigan was so quiet in the transfer market in that first, you know, in the off season. I understand that they're happy with the players that they've got. The players know the system, they know the club. Maybe they've got a belief in the youth system as well, players who are coming through. But is the best time to start strengthening your squad when you were on top? Matty Pete knows what he's doing, obviously. Is the financial constraints on Wigan, is that why they're a little bit quiet in the market as well? Like I said, Hull, they definitely made plenty of use, Hull FC that is, made plenty of use from, let's call them dead wood, from Leigh. Who did they take? The Hull FC alone from Leigh, they've taken Zach Hardacre, they have taken John Asiata, they have taken Oliver Holmes, and Leigh brought in Armstrong from Newcastle Knights, Isaac Liu from Gold Coast Titans, Tessie Niu from the Dolphins, and what a unit he is. Takes some stopping when he gets his momentum up. They had Alec Tutiavaka from St George Illawarra, and Bailey Hodgson from, can't read my own writing there, Blacktown. And they also brought in Will Brough as well. Players are just coming out for the start of the second half. This is going to be some half. Look at that bit of paper, I think. Well, I'm saying that, I better keep that because I've got my notes on it. All high tech here at Catch It Live first. Just have a double check everything's all right with the volume. It's a pain in the backside, OBS, when it does an update. Don't know why that as well. Where's that gone now? It's supposed to be working at the minute as well, but hey ho. Second half, we're going to be kicking from left to right. And it'll be Wigan to get us underway as well. Just got to check the volume. And Smith goes high down Leigh's left-hand side. It's picked up by Lamb. Taken safely, they'll be starting. Still not hit the floor yet. They'll be starting about 12 yards out from the own goal line down the left-hand side. Wigan have been pinged for, I'm assuming, messing about with the play of the ball. Farrell's having a word with the referee. Ball steal, he's saying. Oh, this is new. Captain's challenge. Should have said, this is new for the 2025 season. So Farrell's gone up to Moore, the referee. He's pinged Wigan for a ball steal. Farrell's gone up straight away and done a captain's challenge. So we're having a look. So who's in there with the tackle? Farrell's in the tackle. Kieran's in the tackle. Is it Holton? Where's the hand? Challenge unsuccessful. He's saying Kieran. He's saying Kieran has. I agree. I don't like to, but I agree. However, it was kind of in the process of trying to complete the tackle. So that's it. That's Wigan's one done for the match, for the half. Unsuccessful challenge. Well, a little bit unlucky there, actually, Kieran, because he was in the process of grabbing hold of. I couldn't see which Leigh player it was. And yeah, he did have a hand on the ball, but that was accidental and secondary. Either way, argue all you want. They're not going to change their mind. Leigh are in possession, trying to get up to the halfway line with Liu. He's just short and he's central. Let's see. Just check the volume. That's okay. All is good with that. Four tackles gone. Leary's almost up to the 18-yard line there. Central. So it's a fifth tackle. He's going to go to the right-hand side. Little grubber kick comes in. Lamb can't pick it up. Can't see who's at the bottom of that Shamozzle. It looks like, yeah, Jaifield. So Wigan will be starting deep inside their own territory. Central. Marshall, he's up to the 18-yard line. Leaning in at dummy half, spreads it right to Eckersley. Eckersley up to the 20. Leaning spreads it left. It's Kieran. Over the 20 again. Four tackles gone. Wigan struggling here to get out of their own red zone, really. Harvey Hill can't make much yardage either. Smith's going to be kicking from Wigan's 30, just inside. It's a high kick. It's going to lands nicely, and it's a nice bounce there for Leigh. And up to their own 40, Leigh. Two tackles gone. Centre field. Just trying to get the... They're looking a little bit tired already. Molly says, I just want to watch the match so bad. Molly, I don't blame you. I know it's 0-0, but it's been a fantastic match so far. Molly says, I hope we win. Who's we, Molly? Are you a Wigan Warrior or are you a Leigh Leopard? Come on, Leigh, says Molly. Oh, I'm a Wigan Warrior myself, but best of luck to you, Molly. I tell you what, your team are doing you proud so far. It's been neither team's had the upper hand, really. It looked early on like Wigan were on top for the first 10-15 minutes. But Leigh soaked up that pressure and then they came back with a vengeance. They've had a couple of decent chances themselves to get on the score sheet. How it's 0-0, I'm really surprised. Molly, I want Leigh Leopards to win. Leigh Leopardess. Got there in the end, Leopards. Thanks for joining me in the chat, Molly, by the way. For your sake, I hope you get the result you want. For my sake, I hope you don't. But that's what makes sport exciting, isn't it? Fifth tackle. Smith's going to be kicking from his own 40. It just bounces near the touchline. Stays in play, though, and Brand brings it back. He's met by Cade Ellis. Tyler Dupree's on. Cruz Lehman. Leigh coming central, trying to drive it forward. They're about 25 yards out there. Missed pass there. It's a poor pass. Picked up, though, by Leigh. But they've wasted a tackle there, really. 3 tackles gone. Lamb in at dummy half. 30 yards out. Leigh up to their own 40. Farrell in the tackle there with Ellis and Tyler Dupree. One out pass there over the halfway line. Centre field. Who's that in at dummy half for Leigh? High kick on the 5th. Marshall's underneath it, 18 yards out. Gets back up to the 20 yard. And that's where Wigan will be starting from. Wardle, one out there, about 25 yards out. Smith ships it right. Eckersley straightens it up, trying to get to the 30. He's just short. Lehman spreads it wide right to Farrell. Farrell thinks about the pass to the right, decides against it, straightens it up. Just short of his own 40. Cadell is trying to get to the halfway line. Can't quite do it. He gets a little cheeky offload there to Lehman. Lehman's moving forward, spreads it left to Nsemba over Leigh's 40. No real damage done there, but it's just Wigan are going to be kicking from a much better position here. A little chip kick through there, looking for Bevan French. Bit of a collision there, and it's Brand. He comes forward bravely, clears up the danger there. Good defending from the young man. And Leigh will be starting from their own 20 with Niu driving it forward. Up to their own 30 there with Charmley. 3 Wigan players in attendance. He's still not got that strapping on that he had in his first half, so hopefully it was just precautionary and he doesn't need it now. 4 tackles gone. Leigh just over their own 40. Centre field, spreading it to the right-hand side now. Then it's been straightened up. Now they're coming down this left-hand side. Ellis with a tackle. 5th tackle. Just inside Wigan's half. High kick from Ipape. Field picks it up. He's trying to go down the left-hand side. Manages to get out to Wigan's 20. That's where they'll be starting this next set of 6 from. Molly, are you still there? If you are, I don't know if you heard, I was telling at half-time, if you wanted to watch the Super League this season, if you've got a funded account with, I think it's Bet365, possibly BetFred, they will be streaming quite a few matches as well. All of this season's 2025 Super League campaign, all of the matches are on Sky as well, as they were last season. So kudos, like I said, to Sky. Wigan spreading it left here, missed pass there, Jai Field into the line. Oh, he could have. He had Wardle on the outside there, and he decided to miss the pass, dummy it, and try and go himself. Oh, what an absolute shambles from Wigan there on the 5th tackle. Absolute shambles. Smith tried to put the kick in. Who was it with the pass? Oh, he had Wardle outside, he had Marshall outside, and he didn't let the pass go. He dummied it, but the defender didn't take the dummy. And then on the 5th tackle, Smith tried putting the kick in, but he was under pressure. Kicked it pretty much straight up in the air and straight out of play. So Leigh will be starting. Leigh will be starting just inside their own half. 2 tackles gone. Just up to their own 40. About 44 yards out. 3 tackles gone, they've made 6 metres. Good defensive set so far from Wigan. Lamb, little offload. Straightened up by Leigh. Thompson in the tackle with Lehman and Tyler Dupree. Ipape takes it over the halfway line himself. Little offload there to Liu. Up to Wigan's 40. 4 tackles gone. Lamb puts a kick in. Field takes it about 12 yards out. Little offload there to Eckersley. Eckersley drives it forward. He's grounded about 13 yards out. That's where Wigan will be starting from. Marshall drives it forward. Then he gets driven backwards though. Now he's about 22 yards out. Wardle over the 30. Tackled. Harry Smith in at dummy half, spreads it right to Cade Ellis. Ellis with a nice pass to Bevan French. Bevan French to Field. Field to Kieran. Up to the halfway line, and he's flattened. It looks a little bit high. Referee says, no, nothing wrong with that. Gingerly to his feet, Kieran. Cade Ellis driving it forward. Just short of the 40 there in Leigh's half. 5th tackle coming up. Lehman spreads it left to Harry Smith. Centre field. Puts a big, high, booming kick. Not as much distance as he would have liked. It's going to land about 25 metres out. Marshall goes up for it. That's a knock-on. Head and feed to Wigan, surely. Surely. It is. It's a Wigan scrum. So he didn't quite get the distance he wanted on that, Harry Smith, but it worked out well. It was Brand. He's been faultless so far. and he's had quite a few high kicks to take, and he's dealt with them all well. This one, he's knocked it on. His own play was slightly in the way as well, and he was under a little bit of pressure from Marshall, who was trying to compete for it. I say trying to compete for it, trying to make himself a bit of a nuisance, but he put the ball down. So from the scrum, Wigan come down this right-hand side, up to the 30 in Leigh's half with Kieran. Leeming in at dummy half. Centrally, Dupree drives it forward. But 12 yards out. Right central with the post. One out rugby here from Wigan. Thompson trying to drive over the line. Ipape's in the way. Drives him back. He's about 5 yards out. Leeming. Does he go left? Does he go right? He's going to go left. Smith. Dummies the pass to Nsemba. Should have let it go because he's been driven backwards. He's about 18 yards out now. Thompson's trying to get in, right under the posts again. Fifth tackle, he's about a yard out. Leeming, spreading it right. Bevan French, little chip kick through. Farrell was going for that. He looked like he was blocked off. And then it's been kicked away. There's going to be a card here for someone. There's a card for Liam Farrell for kicking the ball away. Farrell's been given 10 minutes in the bin. It'll be a 20-metre restart. And that was just pure frustration. Now Lamb's gone up to the referee, you snitching little... Let the referee. He's already sent Liam Farrell to the bin for 10 minutes. That's just for kicking the ball away after it had gone into touch. He felt aggrieved there. He was blocked off, Liam Farrell. They need to have a look at this. That's why he was aggrieved, Farrell. And then he's gone, due to frustration, he's kicked the ball. He's kicked the ball out of Armstrong's hands as he was going to pick it up. Either way, he's in the bin for 10 minutes. Ill-disciplined there from Farrell. And with the score at 0-0, 53.5 minutes gone, that's the last thing Wigan needed. Although, Ipape's just been dispossessed there, lost possession. Jai Field trying to scamper through the middle, misses 2 tackles. He's going all the way right through the middle, under the post, and he puts that ball down. First score for Wigan. I've got a feeling they're going to go back though and have a look at this. Was the ball stolen? I think it was Ipape for Leigh. There was 2-3 players in attendance. On-field decision is try. Are they going to say that that ball was stolen in the tackle? If they are, then it's no try. If it's not, there's already a bit of a schmozzle going on now behind the goal line between Cade Ellis and Sembers there. All the big forwards. So we're just having a look now. Which player was it? Is that Ipape? So Marshall's got his arm on Ipape and the ball. Then Wardle comes into the tackle. Then, no, he's lost control of the ball there himself. Is that with Wigan tinted glasses on? That I'm looking at this. I think it's one of them. If you're a Wigan Warriors fan, you'll be saying, yeah, he's lost that ball. Yeah, there's a reef in action there from Marshall. This is going to be disallowed. If you're a Leigh Leopards fan, I think your luck's in. Your luck's in. They're going to disallow this try. The Wigan fans are not going to be happy when they see this go up on the board. Come on, get it up on the board. We're all waiting with bated breath. No try. No try. The score remains 0-0. So there was a bit of a hooking. Yeah, it's a loose carry actually. It was only Marshall's arm that stopped that being a knock-on. And he was still more interested in the tackle when the ball had come out. So he didn't... A little bit unlucky there. Either way, no point mourning. Referee's made his decision. Well, video referee's made his decision. Matty Pete looks philosophical on that. I think he knew what was coming. So it's going to be free kick, or a penalty, I should say, to Leigh. They'll be starting from their own 40. This is going to be energy sapping for Wigan now, having to cover Liam Farrell's position. They're already up to the halfway line. Ipape again. He's been in the game quite a lot since he's come on as an interchange. They're already up to Wigan's 35. Now they're going down the right-hand side. Lamb gets mullered though, loses a bit of ground. Then he throws. Can't be doing with this when they're trying to cheat the referees. Wardle with the tackle. 4 tackles gone. 35 metres out. Central. What are they going to do, Leigh? Are they going to try and get around the sides of Wigan now that they've Farrell down for another, not sure how many minutes. It's not showing us on the clock. Little chip into the corner for Leigh on the last tackle. Taken by Field. He goes straight to ground. No chance to be driven over his own touchline or into touch there. So Wigan will be starting right in their own right-hand corner, about 5 yards out. Pass inside the 2. Who's on the floor? Who was it? It was Kieran. Now Marshall takes it up, gets over the 10. He's about 12 yards out. Little bit of room to manoeuvre now for Wigan. Leeming in at dummy half. Liam Burns come back on, so I'm assuming that I missed the interchange. I'm assuming that's for Tyler Dupree. Short pass there to Nsembra's tripped and he gets up to the 30. 5th tackle. Smith's going to have to put a long kick in under a bit of pressure. Puts it down the right-hand side. Brand picks it up from his own 20. He's over the 30. He's heading towards his own 40. Centre field. Finally put down by Leon Byrne Thompson and Cade Ellis. That was Armstrong, sorry. That was Niu. He's almost up to the halfway line. They are over the halfway line. Wigan are just starting to drop off a couple of tackles here. 3 tackles gone. And Leigh are pushing towards Wigan's 30. Now they're over the 30. And Sembra and Smith in with the tackle. Centre field, Ipape, Lamb, miss pass, coming down this left-hand side. You're either going into touch, yeah, there was no room there for Niu, and he's put into touch by Zach Eckersley. Didn't take too long for Leigh before they were trying to get round the sides of Wigan, which you can understand, being a man light. However, the touchline was not Niu's friend there, and as big as he is, the momentum was going that way. And as soon as Eckersley got his shoulder into him, he was going nowhere other than into touch. 57.5 minutes gone. Wigan 0. Leigh Leopards 0. Matty Pete. He's always hard to read, Matty Pete. He's not a smiler, is he? So you can never tell whether he's concerned or not, but he will be a little bit concerned with what he's seen so far. It's been a real even match. Thompson drives it over the 20 for Wigan. Leeming in at dummy half. Sends it left to Cade Ellis. Liam Byrne. He's over the 30. Just. 4 tackles gone. Some lovely footwork there from Cade Ellis. Blimey. He must have been having dancing lessons. He's normally head down, drive it forward. Nice sidestep there. 5th tackle. Smith puts a kick in on his own 40. Doesn't find touch. Oh, they've got a break on it. It's the wrong player though. He's not going to go all the way, but he's almost up to the halfway line. It was that man, Niu. He's been a thorn in Wigan's side all night. Where did he sign him from? It was a good signing, I know that. Players in. He came from the Dolphins. So what a good signing that is for Leigh. Ipape, centre field, over the 30. Finally put down. 4 tackles gone. Over the 18-yard line. Ellis with the tackle. Fourth tackle, Leigh. There's numbers on the right-hand side here. They've got numbers. Oh, you shouldn't have straightened it up. Who was that? Hanley. He straightened it up. And he had two players on his outside. He straightened up right into Wardle. Fifth tackle. Little grubber kick comes in there from Lamb. Not a good kick. There was an offload from Byrne to Wardle. Bit cheeky, really. And Wardle made about another 8 yards there, which when you're almost on your own goal line is invaluable. Marshall, 1 out. Almost. Oh, well, he does get over the 20. He does well there. Leigh's tails are up with that man advantage. Kieran is over his own 30. 3 tackles gone though. Lehman in at dummy half. Spreads it right. To Thompson. Almost up to his own 40. Met with the blue wall. He's just short. 4 tackles gone. Inside to Ellis with a cheeky offload again. To Lehman. Needs support. Gets it from Field. Field to Smith. Smith puts a kick in. There's nobody at home. Armstrong comes across and covers. Picks the ball up. Drives it back. Hits Nsemba. Wardle. Smith. They're trying to drive him to the sideline. He hits the floor though. And Leigh will be starting this next set at 6 on their own 20. There's a Leigh player gone down with cramp. I'm not surprised in the least. And we've still got 19 minutes to go. This second half has followed the first half. It has been non-stop, relentless. The ball's hardly been out of play. There's been very few penalties. Ipape over the 40 in his own half, centre, pretty central. Met by Thompson and Ellis. Now they're trying to go down the right-hand side. There's a missed tackle there on Mulhern. Finally brought down by Wardle and Smith. 5th tackle. Kick's going to be coming in from Lamb. 5 yards inside Wigan's half. He's gone to Wigan's left. Fielded by Field on his own 10. A little pass inside to Marshall. Marshall drives it forward. He hits the ground 18 yards out. Field in at dummy half. Spreads it to Eckersley. Eckersley drives it forward. Just over the 20. Forber's come on. Spreads it to Kieran. Wigan struggling to get any distance. 3 tackles gone. They're only up to their own 30. Forber in at dummy half. What's going to happen here with Liam Byrne who's come on? Just short of their own 40. Cade Ellis gets over the 40. 4 tackles gone. Little offload to Bevan French. Makes no yards. He just hits the floor. Tackled by Leigh. Smith on the 5th puts a low kick in to the right hand side for Leigh. It's picked up by Armstrong. He runs it back. Hits the floor. We're just waiting as well. We're looking at Patrick Mago. Is Matty Peake going to do what he did towards the end of last season? Bring him on as an impact player? You know, everybody's starting to feel a little bit fatigued now. All the players on the pitch. And that's when it's ideal for Patrick Mago. He's hard enough to get on the floor at the best of times. And if he breaks a tackle, might not be the fastest, but he's certainly one of the strongest. You're going to struggle to bring him down. Farrell's ready for coming back on any second now. So Wigan have done well, really, in respect to being a man short for 10 minutes. Leigh in possession inside Wigan's half, over the 40. 4 tackles gone. They're throwing it about, ball in hand. They've got numbers on the right-hand side. Harry Smith goes across, closes that gap down. Farrell is back on the pitch. Wigan have got a full complement of players back. High kick coming in from Lamb. It's going to be Marshall who picks it up about 15 yards out. Drives it over the 20. About 25 yards out now. That's where Wigan will be starting from. Now they're spreading it to the right-hand side. Farrell, who's back on the pitch, he's in possession. Drives it forward up to the 30. Met by a wall of blue. And Patrick Mago is on. Mr. Impact. And here he goes. His first run forward. Makes not much yardage after contact because he took his legs. Forber goes himself inside to Cade Ellis. Ellis is trying to get up to the halfway line. Gets to the halfway line, but no further. 4 tackles gone. Forber spreads it left to Smith. Smith to Mago. Mago, he's pushing people off, but he's tackled and brought down. Only makes about a yard after contact. They'll be happy with that, Leigh. Smith's going to put a high kick into the right-hand corner for Leigh. Oh, what a good take that was from Armstrong. It dropped about, I'd say, 10 yards in front of him, and he managed to get there before the ball hit the ground, and under pressure he kept hold of it really well. What a good take. Leigh trying to break the line here, 18 yards out, can't do so. Cade Ellis and Liam Farrell make sure of that. But yeah, Armstrong, what a fantastic take. Hanley, he's trying to drive it forward, and Sember's got hold of him, finally brings him down on his own 30. Leigh spreading it left. Pape straightens it up. Straight into Mago, Farrell. And who else was that in the tackle? Cade Ellis. Just getting over their own 40. Driving towards the halfway line. Good drive there from Leigh. 5 tackles gone. So they're going to be kicking from decent field position. Kick comes in towards the left-hand side. So Wigan's right. It's fielded by Jai Field. About 12 yards out. He runs infield before he's grounded. And that's where Wigan will be starting from, their own 12-yard line. One out pass from Smith to Liam Marshall. He's just short of the 20. Forber at dummy half. Decides to go on his own, just short of the 30. Did well there, Forber. Harry Smith's in at dummy half this time. He's going to go to his right-hand side to Farrell. No heroics here from Wigan at the moment, just trying to get some field position. Heading up towards their own 40. Forber goes left. Ellis with a pass there to Smith. He bats it to the left-hand side. Wardle picks it up a little bit fortuitously, really. It gets over the halfway line. They're saying it was a knock-on, though. The referee says it was a knock-on. There's a Leigh player just gone down there. I don't know who it was. I've just seen him in the back. Well, that went backwards. For me, that went backwards. It was Smith who tried, didn't have time to take hold of the ball and pass it, so he just tried batting it. And the referee said it went forward. I didn't think it did, but regardless, the referees give it, he's give it. So it'll be head and feed to Leigh, just inside Wigan's half, pretty central. 0-0. First game of the season, we're not going to go into extra time, are we? We're back underway. 67 minutes gone. Wigan 0, Leigh 0. Excuse me. There will be some tired and sore bodies tomorrow, that is for sure. Leigh up to Wigan's 30. Liam Byrne is on. Ipape, central, trying to spread it down the right-hand side. They've got numbers. Hanley, he should have let the pass go. He cuts back inside. That allows Wardle and Smith to make the tackle. Ipape again, drives it forward. He's met by Mago, Byrne and Forber. 25 yards out, central. Now they come down the left-hand side. Not much room there now. Ooh, blimey. That was who was that? Number 11, Halton. And it was a tackle from Kieran who came flying in. He was a little bit in pain. Played the ball. Dummy half was sleeping. Wigan nipped in, jumped on it. It was that man Farrell. Lamb was sleeping there. So that was a bit poor, that. A bit amateurish from Leigh. Maybe a little bit of fatigue setting in. 68.5 minutes gone. Farrell trying to drive up to his own 40. Gets there. Pretty central. Forber in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Thompson. Thompson to Smith. Smith to Nsemba. Nsemba over the halfway line where he's floored. 5th tackle. Smith, he's going to put a kick in along the ground to the right-hand side for Leigh. Armstrong lets that ball go out, and all the players can get some air into the lungs. So it'll be head and feed to Leigh, about 10 yards out. Thing is now, though, because we're on the 5th, it won't be a head and feed, will it? It's just a handover. So maybe not as much time to get some air into your lungs as I thought. They desperately need it. Dwyer in at dummy half for Leigh. Spreads it right. Driven forward by Trout. Leigh just over their own 30. Mago and Forber with the tackle. Dwyer in at dummy half. Leigh spreading it right now. Trying to get up towards the halfway line. Someone's shorts are down. Very nice undies. That, yeah, Dwyer. Dwyer thought he would... thought they are going to challenge this. So what happened was, Dwyer was in the tackle with... I can't remember which Wigan player it was. He thought, as he stood up, the Wigan player tried to pull the ball out. And in the end, he just threw the ball on the floor, making the referee's decision up for him. The referee says, you've lost control. But now, they're going to challenge it. So who was it in the tackle with Dwyer? It was Nsemba and Smith at the same time. Dwyer hits the floor. Both players are still in contact with him, not trying to steal the ball. Then Nsemba stands up. Nsemba lets go. He's just got the ball wrapped between his legs, and as he stands up, Dwyer then kind of lets go of the ball, maybe trying to milk a penalty there, which the referee didn't give. The referee's given a knock-on to Wigan. But off looking at that angle there, was there any contact from... Yes, there was from Wardle. Now they're saying that Wardle was just pulling his arm away and it's a loose carry from Dwyer. So it's been unsuccessful, the challenge. A little bit harsh that on Leigh actually, but we'll take it. So it's been given as a knock on, the loose carry. Not surprised Dwyer is a little bit miffed with that decision. However, no point arguing with the referee. He's not going to change his mind. Just going to have a check, make sure everything's all right with the volume, unless anyone can tell me in chat. That's okay. Got to do everything myself here. We don't have any staff. It's all down to me, Jimmy James. So if anything goes wrong, I'm only myself to blame. But when things go right, I can take all the kudos myself. Wigan in possession with Farrell up to Leigh's 40-metre line, 40-yard line, and pretty central. Forber goes left. Cade Ellis drives it straight, makes about 5 or 6 yards there. 3 tackles gone, 25 metres made. Mago, he's driving it forward. Doesn't make too much ground after contact there. Wigan over the 20 coming down this right hand side. French thinks about the pass, then thinks against it, takes a tackle. 5th tackle coming up. Forber 2, Ellis central. Now Wigan are going left. They're going to run it on this final play here. They've got a man outside if they can get it to. They've got Marshall out there. Wardle can't get the pass away though, and now he's saying it's been stolen. It'll just be the handover. You're not going to get a free kick for that. He needed to let it go now, and he cut back inside. He had Marshall on his outside. Chances are Marshall was running to touch, but it was a better option than the one he took, which was turning back in towards 3 Leigh players on the 5th tackle. Leigh are about 14 yards out, 18 yards out. 2 tackles gone. Centre field, Dwyer spreads it left. Mulhern drives it forward. It's back inside now with Trout. He's wrapped up by Forber and Nsemba. Just outside of his own 20. Dwyer in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Ipape. Ipape up to the 30. Met by Ellis, Forber and Mago. Does well there. Didn't get driven back. Dwyer in at dummy half again. Mulhern drives it over the 40. Fifth tackle coming up. Lamb kicks it from his own 40. It's a central kick picked up by Field, 18 yards out. Lays it off to Eckersley. Eckersley driving it forward. Anyone who had overs on the score, wow, it's been a disaster. Marshall over the 30. And it's a couple of yards after contact as well. 15 metres so far Wigan have made in 2 tackles. And Sember over the 40. He's got 4. He's got 4 Leigh Leopards players on him though. Doesn't make much yardage after the contact. Wigan trying to spread it down this right hand side now with Bevan French. Misses out Farrell. Gives it to Field who's coming to the line. He just runs into Dwyer though on the halfway line. And that's where Wigan will be after the 4th tackle. Pretty central. Forber goes left. Inside to Cade Ellis. Cade Ellis comes on the right hand side himself. Oh, twinkle toes tonight, Cade Ellis. Takes the tackle. Referee calls held. 5th tackle. Wigan are going to be kicking from the halfway line with Harry Smith. Just inside Lee's half actually. It's a high kick. Armstrong takes it well. Gets back over the 20. Leigh will be starting from about 25 metres out. A central position. Niu drives it forward. He's met by Farrell, Ellis, French. Leigh are on their own 30. Runs into Farrell. Thought Farrell might have been offside there. Referee says fine with it, so obviously not. Leigh trying to come down the right hand side now, over their own 40, heading towards a halfway line. Mago, Thompson and Forber in the tackle there. Dwyer picks it up, scampers himself over halfway, spreads it left to Lamb. They're still keeping it coming left. 5th tackle's coming up. Lamb's going to be kicking from 45 yards out. He puts a high kick in that's fielded by Jai Field about 5 yards out. He goes to the penalty spot. That's where he slips. That's where Wigan will be starting this next set of 6 from. 75 minutes gone. 0-0 the score. It's been far from dull, that's for sure. Wigan are going to get a penalty here, are they? I thought Marshall was being messed about with it to play the ball there. Referee says no. Wardle drives it forward, just short of his own 30. Forber in at dummy half, spreads it right there to Ellis. Lovely pass to French. French trying to get away, but he's wrapped up. 4 tackles gone. Wigan have made 28 metres. They're not up to they've just got over their own 40 now. And Sember, he's going to run it up to the halfway line. No further. Wigan are going to be kicking. With Smith on the halfway line. Oh, he went for a drop goal there. Awful attempt. It's just landed on... well, I say landed. It rolled along the floor and it was fielded by Niu on his own 20. He's driven it forward. Ooh, almost a knock on there. He got it at a second attempt. They're over their own 30 anyway. So Ipape's in at dummy half. Spreads it left. 1 out. Over their own 40 for Leigh. 3 tackles gone. 3.5 minutes remaining. Lamb. Leigh trying to come down the right hand side. That's got to be a free kick. Obstruction there. Surely they crossed and made contact. Referee says no. Ipape in at dummy half. Heading towards Wigan's 40. Offload comes in. A loose one. Ipape picks it up. Trout now drives it over the 40. Still going. Thompson in the tackle with Forber. 5th tackle. Ipape runs it forward. As he realised it's the 5th. Lamb's thinking about a drop goal. He had Thompson in his face. Chip kick into the corner down Wigan's left. It's picked up on the full by Marshall. He's got a bit of room to run into. He's brought the 1st tackle. Brought the 2nd tackle. Finally he's brought down. Come on, referee. He's being held down. Just short of his own 40. Thompson drives it forward. Makes about 3 yards. 2.5 minutes to go. Farrell just over halfway, slightly down the right hand side. 3 tackles gone. Wigan are going to be looking to get in drop goal position. It's central with Thompson. He spreads it left to Smith. Short pass to Nsember. Nsember tries breaking the line. Little pass to Lehman, who's back on. He throws it right to Bevan French. French, little dummy, keeps going himself. Runs into Kieran. There's a little room for Lehman. He's ankle tap, but stays up. He's brought down about 12 yards out. Last-ditch defending here for Leigh. Chance for Wigan. Smith decides against the drop goal. Spreading it left to Field. Wardle cuts inside. Doesn't want to go over into touch. They've still got a tackle to go. They're about 8 yards out, Wigan. Forber comes in at dummy half. Are they going to go for a drop goal with Smith? He's got room if he wants to. No, he puts a chip kick in. Oh, what a fantastic take. There's a fight on the pitch. What a fantastic take that was from Lamb. There was a chip kick coming in, and I'm not sure which Wigan player it was who was just ready to rise, take it, plonk it on the floor. And Lamb, he leapt like a salmon and pulled it out of the air, hit the floor, and then was tackled. Leigh have took exception to the tackle, and now there's all a little bit of handbags at 5 yards. It was Harry Smith with a chip kick from left to right, and it was Bevan French who was in the in-goal area trying. He would have just caught it actually and plunked the ball down. Lamb with a fingertip, and he didn't knock it on. He knocked it backwards, then recovered it. And then there was a swinging arm. There was a swinging arm from Kieran as well, trying to knock the ball out. But I think he caught Lamb, and that's what the Leigh players took exception to. So it is a Leigh penalty. The question is, are they going to? If there was contact with the head, he's going to get a red card, isn't he? My word, Matty Pete. What's he doing now? He's calling someone over. I'm assuming it's Farrell because he's the captain. No, it's Kieran and Farrell. Oh, mitigating circumstances. He's gone for a yellow, so that's him done. It would have been a red card because there was contact with the head, but there was mitigating circumstances. What the mitigating circumstances were, I'm not sure. But luckily for Kieran, he's got that in him, hasn't he, as well? He missed the final, didn't he, because of a red card that he got. Kieran came in, he's trying to knock the ball out, but he catches him in the... It's not with his fist, it's his forearm as he tries knocking the ball out, and he's caught him around the side with his forearm. So Wigan are going to be under pressure now for the last of knock-ins of this match. Kieran sent off, there's only just over 60 seconds to go. Obviously, if we're going to go into extra time, worry about that in a minute. So kicked into touch. Leigh are going to be starting on their own 30. Wigan once again down to 10 men and for the rest of the game. It's driven forward by Bolton up to Leigh's 40. They're going to try and come down the right hand side now. They've got numbers. Luckily Wardle makes the tackle. Leigh are up to the halfway line almost with Hanley. Ipape in at dummy half, spreads it left. Lamb. Leigh are coming down this left hand side now. Wigan have got numbers over though. Bevan French is there, Liam Farrell's there, Eckersley's there, Thompson's there. But they are getting sucked in now, are the Wigan defence, which means as being a man down, there's room around the sides. Ipape is in at dummy half. Fifth tackle, last play of the game. So it's the fifth tackle. The hooter's gone. It's 0-0. I'll tell you what. We're going into the golden point now. First game of the season. There'll be some people who have absolutely done the brains in betting tonight. How many people will have laid 0-0 at odds of 1.001? I guarantee you, there will be people who have done hundreds of thousands of pounds in on this scoreline at 80 minutes not to be 0-0. It's almost buying money, isn't it? I've seen it where Molly's still saying, come on, Leigh. Well, Wigan are going to be down to 12 now, Molly, for the second time in this game. The final drop goal attempt there from Leigh was a poor one, actually. It wasn't threatening the goal. But I'm amazed that this game has been 0-0. It has been frenetic. It's been frantic. There's been so much good skill on display, and yet neither team's managed to put a score on the board. Well, Wigan did, but it got ruled off for a ball steal in the tackle. Liam Farrell, he's flipped the coin. Who's going to take possession? It looks like Leigh looks like Leigh have won the toss. Both captains shake hands. So I think it's Leigh. I think it's Leigh who are going to be in. Are they going to kick off? Do they want possession? I suppose you would do, wouldn't you? Records in golden points. Wigan have won 2, lost 2. Leigh have won 1, and it finished a draw in 1. Sorry about the noise. If you can hear my Jack Russell, he's decided to come alive after lying in front of a fire all day. Chuck his thing out. Golden point. This is the first ever. This is the first ever 0-0 in Super League history. We've made history tonight, folks. We've done. There's always something goes on when we do a watch along with the Super League. The first ever 0-0. Like I said, somebody will have absolutely done the brains in on this result. The bookmakers will have made an absolute mint. An absolute mint on this 0-0. Just better get a drink. I tell you what, it's much more exciting than doing football, this. So I think Leigh Leopards, they're going to be kicking from right to left as we look on the TV. Yeah, Leigh are going to get us back underway. What are they going to do? They've obviously got a man up as well. So are they going to put a short kick in and try and get the ball back straight from the kickoff? Wouldn't surprise me with Leigh. But also, Wigan are going to be up against it now with Kieran being ultimately down to 12 men. So an issue going. I think it might be something to do with the hooter or... Oh. No. Apparently the issue now is people are leaving. Why would you leave a game when it's 0-0? There's a bit of a delay going on now. People were leaving the stadium at 0-0. Do they not know that it's a golden point? They know they're trying to get back in. And there's also an issue with I don't know if it's with the timing system or with the hooter or I hope they hurry up. I'm busting for a wee. When there's been so much effort as well put into this match from both teams, the last thing you want is extra time with a golden point. Excuse me. However, you know, you'd take that. I'm not saying you'd want a loss just because you're tired, but you'd obviously wanted to win the game without having to go to a golden point. And this is not good for the players either, this delay now. They're all trying to walk around in that, but when you've got tired muscles, I think it's a screen that's gone down or something now. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell. If you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. I am Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First. Come on, what's the delay? I'm not sure if there's something gone amiss with the video referee or I don't know what this delay is now. People are back in the stadium, the ones who were leaving. Like I said, why would you leave when it's 0-0? Good crowd though, that is for sure. That's pleasing to see. What? Do you know, I wouldn't be surprised now if somebody pulls up with a hamstring or something like that. This delay that's going on now is too long. What? We just keep looking at Matty Pete's face. He's just shaking his head. Now we're looking at the referee. I don't know what's being said. I can't hear. But come on, we need to get these players up and moving. A few of the players are stretching out there, and rightly so. It's a recipe for a torn hamstring, this. I mean, this is... How long's this delay been going on now? So we've got 80 minutes. Which is 120, 50. This delay must have been going on, I don't know, 10 minutes now? It's crazy. What's he doing now, the referee? He just keeps walking around telling people... I'm going to have to turn up and listen what's being said. Apologies. Ah, right. The malfunction is with the visible game clock. Right. So that's what the issue is. The game clock has gone down. Referee's saying, we've got to get the game underway. I'm going to have to tell you how long's left or whatever. So that's going to be difficult for the players, isn't it? So at least it gives the players who had left the fans who had left the stadium chance to get the game. So it is going to be Leigh to get us back underway. No visible game clock. So whether ours will work or not, I don't know. But we're back underway. Long kick comes in, nothing fancy from Leigh. It's taken by French on his own 10. Long pass central there to Field. Excuse me. And he hits the ground 12 yards out. Tyler Dupree's driving it forward. So we've got... Oh, don't worry about the time. 3 tackles gone. Wigan still in their own half with Nsemba. They're just over the 40. Oh, Wardle's almost broke the gain line there. Just got tackled by Hanley. Over the 40. Pretty central there from Cade Ellis. He hits the ground. 5th tackle for Wigan. It's with Smith. He's not going to go for a drop goal. He puts a high kick into the corner. It's competed... Well, what? Absolutely crazy. Just play on if I was you, the referee. Marshall took the ball, had to throw it back inside because he was going to get put into touch. Then it bounced around, and after all that, Leigh have come up with the ball. They're on their own 10. Central. New drives it forward. He's 18 yards out. That's 1 tackle gone. Lamin at dummy half. Spreads it right. 1 out play there from Leigh. Over the 20. They're about 25 yards out. It was Halton who made the yardage there. Ipape in at dummy half. Spreads it right. If you're joining us late, Wigan are down to 10 men. Kieran getting... Whoa! Kieran getting a yellow card towards the end of the game in normal time, so he's off the pitch. Leigh coming down the left-hand side. Hughes, he's got room to run into, straightens it up. He's tackled by Thompson on Wigan's 40. Ipape in at dummy half. He goes left to Lamb. 4 tackles gone. A ball inside there. Armstrong bounces off the tackle. He's finally brought down by Lehman. Ipape, dummy half. It goes to number 6, and Leigh have done it. It's O'Brien with a drop goal. That's the golden point. That's the game. That's an opening day victory for Leigh Leopards. Well done to Molly. Well done to Leigh. Commiserations to Wigan. Not often that Wigan will get nilled, that's for sure. Leigh have managed to do it tonight. What a game. What an opening match in Super League. What a great advert for Super League. A game that finishes 0-0 and Leigh win it by 0-1. How could it be so exciting that people will look at that score and think, blimey, I'm glad I didn't watch that. Au contraire. Au contraire. What an absolute cracking game of rugby. It was a drop goal from the 30, just inside the 30, from number 6, O'Brien. And as soon as he hit it, the Leigh fans behind them upright started celebrating. O'Brien knew as soon as he hit it, he got a good contact on it as well. And he put it through the uprights. Does sound odd, that score, doesn't it? Wigan 0, Leigh 1. 0-0 after 80 minutes. But Matty Pete looks a little bit down, as you would. But it's early days. However, when you're at the top like Wigan were, like I said earlier on, after winning all 4 competitions they entered last year, the only way is down. Will they be regretting now not going into the transfer market over closed season? Could they do? I don't know what the structure is for the wage cap and, you know, the financial situation. But regardless of financial situations, regardless of transfer windows, signings, who's left, who's come in, what a great advert for Rugby League. A 0-0 game to be so exciting just tells you what a spectacle a game of Rugby League is. So on that note, all I will say is, well done to Leigh. Commiserations to Wigan. What a good season it's going to be for Rugby League. Next live stream is going to be on Saturday. We will be doing Wisła Krakow at home in the league. Join us for that one. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, give us a thumbs up. I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. We're back with Super League. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.